Victor, you don't feel so bad with your potato chips now. Well, all right, what are we what are we moving on to here now, Victor?
Right now, we're doing the great old preacher curl. You know, we're gonna finish with the total annihilation with the biceps with preacher curl. I mean, these are an excruciating exercise, especially after straight barbell curls and after dumbbell curls. So this one really takes the cake over here. You notice.
I mean, this is a brutal bicep workout you guys are doing. I don't know if you guys were working so hard because you guys were going against each other here or what, but I was watching. I was getting tired myself. What's the most important aspect of the preacher movement? As far as you're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, pretty much locks you in there. Allows total concentration, bicep only, minimal work on your shoulders. Balance off your legs, so it's basically all interlocked just in that bicep. And as you can see, the only thing that moves are your forearms, and arms, and total focus on the bicep, straight from the bottom all the way to the top, and it's one of the best ones to actually get that negative effect in the bicep.
Good point. And whenever I started first working out, I saw people doing this. I used to see these guys with 4 25s on each side doing these things and hurling the weight, and I couldn't do 125 on each side with good form, and I'm thinking I must really be pathetic if these guys are doing 4 plates and I can't even do 125 on each side. And then I realized much later that these guys had no arms. They didn't know what they were doing. They weren't even working their arms, and now I see you guys doing 125 and I don't feel so bad. What do you feel about the weight situation on this exercise?
Well, I was at a significant disadvantage today. Again, to talk about the weight situation, I certainly felt like the Robin in this dynamic duo. But, I settled for a rematch another day. I really couldn't worry about the weight. And one thing I have to say, when I felt myself starting to get caught up in the competitive idea of it all, there was a moment where you'll see Victor, setting up to use 45s, and at some point, I just didn't want to look like a chump on camera, and I was ready to, go ahead and do, or at least attempt to do the same thing. And just to say something very awesome about Victor's character, this dude quietly leaned over to me and said, "No, we're gonna just go ahead and put these 35s on for you, buddy. And Kai, don't forget, you just got finished doing this show, and you don't want to hurt yourself. Just back off." So again, I wasn't able to check my own ego, and I got assistance from an unlikely source. So I just wanted to say again, about Victor's character and thank him for that, because he allowed me to, take a minute and, kind of save face,
Well, I think Victor's will be the first one I can let him say it. He's not about the weight. He knows it's about form. And at this point, you're weaker from your show. You're a little dehydrated, and I don't think you want to see you get hurt. Although I see Victor sweating quite a bit, so you got him to break a little bit of sweat there, Kai.
It's not sweat. It's actually a little perspiration, man.
It's Kai's sweat that's coming off from the bench, right?
Oh, Kai, yeah. I don't know where that extra fluid came from, Yeah, well, somebody, he was dry at the show. He looked great. He handed some asses out, to each competitor last weekend. He did good. And, like you said, he's just the beginning for him. Long awaited beginning, and he's gonna be doing a lot of justice later on. So that's why I'm like, so it was a little concern of him not getting hurt, but at the same time, I don't want to get into the same pump I got, man.
Well, when you're at the top of the mountain, as Arnold say, you know where the food is, right, Victor?
No, Guy's my man, bro. Guy was gone for years, and he comes right back, and we pick up right where we left off, man. That's how we are. That's how we do it here in NYC, man.
Now, how old are you now, Victor?
I'm 33, man.
So you guys are the same age?
Not quite, man. Guy's 35.
Are you lying about your age, Kai?
Nah, I'm 25, and I'll be so for the next 8 years. That's on the record, baby.
Good answer, man. Good answer. Now, Vic, let me ask you a question about these. Do you ever? I know you like to alternate a lot of different exercises. How do you feel about the dumbbell preacher curl as opposed to the barbell preacher curl?
Those will be coming next week. I do them all the time. I mean, there's not a single exercise I actually miss. I mean, the only ones I might miss might be a machine exercise. That's about it. But as far as free weight, you know, I'll never miss them. I do them all the time, and you know, like we discussed, Dave, there's no comparison to any machine to free weights. It's just you can try and find a way to say, oh, this works just the same as this. You know, whatever makes you happy, because your lazy ass wants to find a definition for it. But there's no way, man. Free weight is the way to go, and that's the, you know, there's one thing that's not going to be reinvented.
Now, Vic, I saw you this past weekend at the 2007 Atlantic States on stage at Ray with Jay and Ronnie, and I got to say, you know, looking at your arms here, I don't think those guys got anything. I thought Ronnie had the craziest looking arms I've ever seen, but your arms are pretty big. How do you feel comfort-wise, knowing that you're going to be standing on stage next to Jay and Ronnie in a couple months, and do you feel that you can stand next to them size-wise?
I'm still pushing, man. I'm still pushing. You know, these guys are freaking behemoths up there. You know, so I mean, I'm still, you know, in tune with what they're going to bring to the table, and I'm still in tune what I still need to bring up to the table and to the stage. You know, so you know, I could hang, but I'm still pushing hard, man. I'm still pushing up, and I'm not letting up.